नमस्कार आणि येवकार तुमकां सगळ्यांक एक खाशेली कार्यावळ आयज तुमच्या मुखार घेवन येता। ही कार्यावळ म्हाज्या खातीर सुद्दां भरपूर खास आसा। बरें, आमचें गोंय घडोवपाक जायत्या व्यक्तींचो हातभार आसा। जेन्ना गोंय आमचें लिबरेट जालें ताच्या नंतरच्यान आयज पर्यंत बदलतें गोंय आमी सगळ्यांनी पळयलां आसतलें। आणि आमच्या गोंयांत आशिल्ल्यो वेगवेगळ्यो संघटना म्हणा किंवा गोंय राज्याच्यो वेगवेगळ्यो ज्यो डिपार्टमेंट्स आसात त्यो सुद्दां सगळ्यांनी पळयल्यो आसतल्यो, कश्यो कितें बदल जाला, कशें कितें आयज आधुनीक रितीन आमच्या पर्यंत पावल्लें आसा। अशेंच एक डिपार्टमेंट आसा जें सदांच म्हळ्यार वर्साचे 12 म्हयने म्हणपाक सोदता हांव, हे आमच्या वांगडा आसता। आमकां समजा कितेंय प्रॉब्लम जालो, खंयसरूय झाड पडलें, एक्सिडंट जालो, पावसाच्या दिसांनी समजा हुंवार आयलो जाल्यार सुद्दां आमी ह्या डिपार्टमेंटाक याद करतात। आनी हे डिपार्टमेंट आमकां सगळ्यांक खबर आसा, फायर डिपार्टमेंट गव्हर्मेंट ऑफ गोवाचें। आयज हाजेर उलोवपाचें कारण एक खास आसा। अशें एक व्यक्ती जांच्यांनी हें डिपार्टमेंट घडयलें म्हणपाक शकता, जांच्यांनी पुराय गोंयभर जितले फायर डिपार्टमेंटाचे ज्यो आमी आतां गाडयो पळयता किंवा फायर डिपार्टमेंटाचे ऑफिसीस पळयता, डिपार्टमेंट्स वेगवेगळे कडले पळयता, हे सगळे घडोवपा फाटले एक व्यक्ती जांणी आपली 3 डेकेड्स म्हणपाक शकता हांव आयुश्याची ही ह्या सेवे खातीर दिल्ली आसा, फायर सेवे खातीर दिल्ली आसा। अशे व्यक्ती जांकां सगळेच जाण मानान पळयतात, जांचें काम सगळेच जाण तोखणाय करतात, अशे व्यक्ती आयज आमच्या बरोबर आसा। आयच्या ह्या कार्यावळीन हांव स्वागत करपाक सोदता अशोक मेनन सर, डायरेक्टर ऑफ फायर सर्विसीस गव्हर्मेंट ऑफ गोवा। सर, वेलकम टू द शो।
नमस्कार।
सगळ्यान पयलीं सर हांव सुरवात करूंक सोदता, कारण आयज अशें कोणूच व्यक्ती नासतलो जांकां फायर डिपार्टमेंट म्हटले उपरांत तुमचें नांव खबर आसचें, कारण तुमी हे डिपार्टमेंट घडयल्लें आसा। कारण फ्रॉम स्टार्टींग टू नाव पर्यंत आतां पर्यंत सगळें पळयल्लें आसा आनी गोश्टी सगळ्यो इवॉल्व केल्ल्यो आसा। आयच्या दिसा कशें पळयता फायर डिपार्टमेंटा कडेन तुमी?
पहिल्यांदा तुमकां हांव थँक्यू म्हणटा की म्हाका तुमी हांगा आज संदी दिली हांगा आनी हांगा येवपाक। आनी आज म्हजें सुपर एन्युएशन डे आसा आनी आय एम गोईंग टू हँड ओवर चार्ज ऑन मंडे। सो थँक्यू प्रुडंट फॉर इन्वायटींग मी।
इट्स अ प्लेजर
and it's an honor to be a part of your channel. Now when you mentioned about that I as myself, but I believe in one thing, that the fire and emergency service, the incidents which you are talking, that how we are famous for, it is not from an individual, it is a teamwork. It is the firefighters, the officers and the higher ups. Say you can tell the chief secretary and you can tell the honorable CM also, who have guided us now and then to ensure that we work to the best and give the best to the state and to the community at large.
सर, एक गोष्ट की तुमचो आयज लास्ट वर्किंग डे आसा एंड ऑन फ्रॉम मंडे तुमी हँडओवर करता तुमचे चार्जीस, बट खूब इमोशनल अटॅचमेंट आसतलें तुमचे कडेन ह्या डिपार्टमेंटा कडेन सर, तुमचे दिसना तुमकां सर?
हे खरें, अटॅचमेंट खूब आसा, केन्ना डिटॅच करूं येना। ताका लागून हांव गोंयान रावतलें, म्हजें आयुश्यभर हांव हांगाच आसतलें। एंड हांवें एक हें केलें की आय वील वर्क फॉर द स्टेट इन वॉट एवर कॅपॅसिटी, मे बी एज अ सोशल सर्वीस, मे बी ट्रेनिंग द कम्युनिटी एट लार्ज, maybe doing freelancing training and giving risk assessment, audit in any capacity for to ensure that we Goa is safe and secure.
बरोबर सर। आणि म्हाका दिसता 1985 तुमी जॉयन जाल्ले इन फायर डिपार्टमेंट। कितें आशिल्लें सर तुमकां, म्हळ्यार फायर डिपार्टमेंटान जॉयन जावपा फाटलें रिजन कितें आशिल्लें? तुमी खूब गोश्टी वाचिल्ल्यो, आवडटाले, कितें आशिल्लें?
Very good question. Looking back 35 years, 37 years is a history. It's an event in itself. I joined the fire service on 4th December 1985 as in a nominal role, and I was appointed in 1986. Now prior to that I had a flair for uniform service. I went to the defense, but somehow I could not. I went to the Air Force, in fact, but I could not get selected because I had not taken physics, chemistry, maths as a subject. I had taken, but I had applied for the airman technical. But there I got the service, but somehow I could not handle there, so I came out. I did other works, but then my parents mentioned that why don't you try for write an all India exam for the fire services, fire officer. I have nobody in my family or in the in the full family. I have nobody in the fire service. I have my uncle who was in the defense. He retired as a colonel. But then I applied for the fire services sub-officers exam for the National Fire Service College, Ministry of Home Affairs. I applied, I appeared for the exam through the open category. I got selected. I trained myself in 84 and then came 85 when I appeared for many interviews, and Goa was one of the state where it was a union territory then, and I got selected here, and fortunate today that I was selected, and I am the chief. I became the director of Goa Fire Emergency Services with the support of my officers and staff.
So you said you wanted to join in defense. So घरच्यान सपोर्ट करप कसो कितें आशिल्लो, बिकॉज तुमी फायरान जेन्ना जॉइन जाले तेन्ना एक हें आसता की हां आपल्याक सेवा करपाक जाय, आय वॉन्ट टू वर्क टुवर्ड्स द पीपल. घरच्यान सपोर्ट करप कसो कितें आशिल्लो?
That support was very big, and it was quite a supportive thing from both my parents, my sisters. I was the only son, but then I said I have to do something for my family. So I said, let me come to Goa, and Goa gave me the opportunity to work and serve the people of Goa and the citizens. And then I took up this job in 1986.
So in 1986 you joined this job, and 87 आम्ही statehood for Goa, 30th May. After that एक असतं की हां त्या टायमार टेक्नॉलॉजी तितली नाशिल्ली आनी खुबश्यो गोश्टी तुमकां फायट करपाक, म्हणजे कितें जर प्रॉब्लम जालो जाल्यार फायट करपाक खुबश्यो गोश्टी लागताल्यो आशिल्ल्यो. कशें पळयताले त्या टायमार जेन्ना जॉइन जाल्ले तेन्ना फायर डिपार्टमेंट, आनी आतां जे चेंजीस तुमी पळयतात, how was the change?
जेन्ना हांव जॉइन जाले गोंयान 1986 एप्रील 1986 आमचे प्रिडेसेसर आशिल्ले डॉक्टर PK जॉन. He only created this department in 1984, and well, basically the department was having the right type of equipments then. And I remember I driving a Bedford fire engine, Bedford petrol fire engine. You must not have seen, because it was in 1 kilometer it used to burn out 1 liter of petrol also. So that was the fire engine which used to run, and I have driven that fire engine at that time. And then we went into diesel fire engines, diesel make fire engines, and we had the best of equipments in that decade from 86 to 96. And then from 96 to next decade we prospered with the Finance Commission being a statehood. We used to get the Finance Commission funds from the Government of India, and now you have seen that the present Honorable CM also, he has upgraded the equipments to a very large extent.
Right, so rightly said. In I think from 2014 something after that तुम्ही जो नवे गाडयो घेतल्यो, जो म्हाका दिसता गोंयांतल्यो एक सगळ्यात बेस्ट फायर फायटिंग गाडयो आशिल्ल्यो, व्हेकल्स आशिल्ल्यो. कितें गरज आशिल्ले अशा तरेचे इक्विपमेंटाचे, अशा तरेचे व्हेकल्स जी फायर फायटिंगाची? कारण आजकाल खुबशे सिच्युएशन्स वेगवेगळे येता डेली, प्रत्येक फावटी वेगळे सिच्युएशन येता. कितें गरज आशिल्ली की अशा तरेचे व्हेकल्स घेवपाची फॉर फायर फायटर्स?
It's very true. We have to actually, when we plan our modernization, we have to see the vulnerable areas, the risk areas, the industries, and the type of emergencies we are coming across every year or the past years. And then we make an assessment that what are the type of equipments we require, and also not only the equipments in the vehicle, mind you, we have to also equip our firefighters and the
Exactly.
officers, because we are the front people who go in the fire. So we have to see their clothing also, how their helmet should be, how their clothing should be. It should be fire retardant, how their your gumboot should be. So we have changed from all those old gumboots, old today we have the personal protective equipments which are fire retardant, the helmets which are fireproof with having a visors, and so many other gadgets for the firefighters. If the firefighters are safe, we will ensure proper firefighting, and we will surely enter any building to save life and property.
सर असे म्हणतात की तुम्ही डायरेक्टर आसप म्हळ्यार एक मातसो एक शिस्त येताली, एक युनिफॉर्मिटी आसताली. जेन्ना परेड सुद्दां जाताली तेन्ना पयलीं आपले कपडे पळयताले. एवरी वन यूज टू सी दॅट दे आर प्रॉपरली ड्रेस्ड एंड ऑल. कितें आशिल्लें हें रिजन ताचे फाटलें?
See, I always believe that when you are wearing a uniform, you should ensure that it is neat and clean, because that will show what type of person you are, and your character also is seen. So I have been that way for many years to come. There are many stories about me when my friends say that he used to iron something else also. Without ironing, he will not put anything on his body. So that was my friends used to say in college and all that. So I have been a strict in uniform or whatever dress we wear. So I imbibe this thing in my department to say whatever you wear, it should be clean and neat and clean. And you go for any parades and all that, you should ensure that the dress should be very neat and tidy.
सर एक गोष्ट म्हाका जाणान घेवपाक जाय आशिल्ली की युअर फर्स्ट ऑन ग्राउंड एनकावंटर जेन्ना तुमी जॉयन जाल्ले ते आतां पर्यंत एक असो इन्सिडंट, कारण काल सुद्दां तुमी जेन्ना प्रेस कॉन्फरन्स घेतली तेन्ना एक दोन इन्सिडंट तुमी सांगले ऑफ MiG-21 क्रॅश एंड देन काणकोण जी बिल्डींग क्रॅश जाल्ली. सो फर्स्ट एनकावंटर कितें आशिल्लो सर तुमचो?
माझे फर्स्ट मेजर एनकाउंटर म्हणजे 1986 जून when the major Mandavi bridge collapsed. And I was on duty on that day. It was around 8:05 in the morning that we got a call, and then I sat in the vehicle. As a junior officer, we have to sit in the vehicle. We don't have any other vehicle but we have to sit in the fire tender. So in the fire tender, I was thinking, now what do I do? A bridge has collapsed, and that is the time when you have number of buses entering Goa from Mumbai. And I told my fire team that we will have a tough time today, so let's see what will happen to us. But when we reached the site, we heard that there are only few casualties, and we removed dead bodies from inside, because one or two people who incidentally went with the moped and the scooter inside the bridge. And there was one incident when the fishermen who used to sit under the pillars and they used to knit their nets, and some people, they got buried with the pillars inside, and then we had to cut their leg with our fireman axe, because there was nobody, that time there's no 108, and so Honorable then CM Pratap Singh Raoji Rane Sahab also was on site on that particular day. So it was a incident which I cannot forget, and we did our best to save some lives.
So this was soon after you joining the first year.
Yeah, first year, yeah, it was.
And this was the I think हो incident म्हाका दिसता केन्ना विसरपाक शकचे
ना केन्ना ना.
बट तुम्ही म्हळें की केन्ना केन्ना पाय कट करचो पडलो, बट तो भंय आशिल्लो.
So there's no other alternative, because the doctors were not in sight and public was there, and they were telling why you are not removing, but we cannot remove because he is stuck inside. So that was the thing, but somehow we have to put the cloth on him and then do certain surgery sort of thing.
आय थिंक आमी जितले विचार करता न्ही त्याच्या पलीकडे खूप खूप सिरियस काम आसता. आमी पळयलां आसतलें काम करतना खुबश्या फावटी, बट आमकां दिश्टी पडटा ते फक्त 20-30% आसतले. ताजे फाटले 70% अशाच जाग्यांचेर आसता ज्या जाग्यांचेर आमी केन्ना वचों शकना. आफ्टर दॅट सर तुमी सांगलें की काणकोण बिल्डींग कॉलेप्स इन्सिडंट, ताज्या पयलीं प्लेन क्रॅश इन्सिडंट. एक उल्लेख केलो की तुमी एका मनशाक वाचोवं शकूंक ना, हें तुमकां खंत
हां,
आशिल्ली.
एक इन्सिडंट आसा ते जेन्ना MiG-21 तेणे क्रॅश जाल्लें वास्को जुवारी थंय, आनी ते एक MiG-21 बिल्डिंगेचेर क्रॅश करून ते बिल्डींग कोलॅप्स जालें. एंड जेन्ना म्हाजें टीम पावलें पणजेच्यान, देर आय कूड सी, वी वेंट इनसायड दॅट हावस, वेरियस टीम्स वर्किंग, and I could see one fellow was shouting there inside. I held his hand and I told him, we will save you, don't worry, we will save you. And today we have the pneumatic jacks, like a rubber jack on 1 centimeter. We can lift at least 30 to 60 tons
Okay.
today.
Okay.
So that time I think we did not have those equipments to lift that person. If we had lifted, and I think I would have saved that person, and that is still in my mind, that I could not save that person, and he held my hand and I could feel that he has left my hand, that means he is dead. So that was one incident which still remains in my mind. And the other incident is the Konkani incident, where there was a building collapse at Ruby Residency, and there our first responders from Konkani, they saved many lives. But then when I took over, I went from Panjim, I took over charge of the situation. Honorable then CM Shri Manohar Parikarji, he told me that now you take over charge and see that people are saved. So, and we checked everywhere, and I created different teams, search and rescue team, and in one search and rescue team found one person who is inside the debris. And then we said that it came to my mind that now this chap, I should not let him die, whatever happens. But it was a tricky situation for us because the building had collapsed and we were underneath that collapsed building as well. And I told my firefighters, you provide him water, keep him alive. We started talking to him, he was also talking, and we improvised our rescue methods by making a hole in the floor so that we could go down and then we could put somebody inside the small place where we could see him. And there was one firefighter who was quite thin and small, so we could put him inside, gave him instruction. He had to go, there is no other alternative because we are all firefighters. We have to enter, we have to save. And he went inside, he pulled his leg, we pulled his leg, and there that man came out of that, he was from Orissa or somewhere, and we saved him. And that was the moment I said, at least we could save. That's our job, that we are here to save life.
Exactly.
That's our, and we serve to save. That's our motto.
सर पूण एकदा बरें दिसता आसतलें बिकॉज यू पीपल आर सेविंग लायव्स. कारण जेन्ना हुंवार येता, फ्लड येता किंवा बाकीचें कितें जाय, यू सेव लायव्स.
Exactly.
एक फिलींग आसता की बाबा येस आमी कितें तरी बरें करता समाजा खातीर.
During this cyclone Taute, or in the floods, recent floods in Ugem and all that, see my firefighters, I was there in the incident. My station fire officer Mr. Morachkar and his team, if you are aware that Goa Fire Emergency Services has got a swiftwater flood rescue team. We have around 38 people who are trained in swiftwater flood rescue. We have the equipments, we have the boats and all that thing. But that was unprecedented. When that flood, we could not cross also with the vehicle. So a lot of difficulties we faced. But this Mr. Morachkar, station fire officer, he with his team, you remember that even the chopper could not take that 13 people from Usgaon. Could not pick them. So he went, in spite of the current, he went with his team and took those families to an upper region. So that is very commendable, and I salute these firefighters for doing a commendable job in such situations.
आपल्या जीवाची पर्वा न करता भितर वचून काम करप म्हाका दिसता खूब तोखणाय करपा सारकीच गोश्ट आसा. सर तुमी म्हळें की इम्प्रोवायजेशन करचें पडटा. एवरी डे इज अ न्यू टास्क तुमकां आसता.
Exactly.
न्यू सिच्युएशन आसता, केन्ना पळयल्लें नासता.
Very true.
केन्ना अशें जालां की हां हें सिच्युएशन पळोवन भंय दिसला की आपूण अशें केन्नाच पळोवंक ना अशें.
ना ते भय म्हणजे आता ते भय असना. आमचे ते पयलीं पासून हांवें खूब ॲक्सिडेंट्स पळयला, खूब लोकांक भायर काडले विथ दे आर डिफरंट एम्प्युटेड अँड सो मेनी थिंग्स. बट दॅट इज नॉट देर इन माय मायंड नाव. दॅट माय मायंड इज दॅट ही शूड बी सेव्ड. वी कॅन रिमूव हिम, बट समबडी हॅज टू सेव हिम, टेक हिम टू द हॉस्पिटल and rush him to the for any other procedure. But that is our thing. We don't have any. I think I don't have any emotions in when I am doing my job.
So I remember of Munnabai MBBS when the doctor tells the students ki emotional जाऊ नका. Exactly. Sir, coming back to today, कारण आयज आमी पळयतात की one of the best equipments आसात आमचे कडेन. one of the best fire station, fire department वळखले वता. आयज जेन्ना रिटायर जाता तुमी एक अभिमान दिसता की येस आमचे गोंयचे फायर डिपार्टमेंट आयज एका लेवलीचेर आसा जे आमी बऱ्या तरेचें काम करपाक शकता दिसता.
Very true. Today with I'll tell you, we are incomparable with any metropolitans across India, and I have been in the social media across India, and I have been sharing all my works across India. I don't find that we are second, or we are the first in across India. And even the people, Goa is a tourism place, and people from abroad also they come here. Firefighters from abroad they come here and they see our equipments. They say that you are as good as we are. So we are in comparison not only in India, internationally also, because we get the best of equipments for our firefighters.
बरोबर. सर आयज पर्यंत फ्रॉम 1986 ते आतां पर्यंत डेटा जर आमी तुमी सांगूं शकता जाल्यार कितले तुमी सेव केले लायव्स और कितल्यो प्रॉपर्टीज वाचयल्यो जाल्यार तशें कितें सांगूं शकता जाल्यार सर.
Yeah, the property. I have a statistical data. Actually, we have almost the number of fire incidents from 1984. It is around 55,103. The number of non-fire incidents is 60,627. So you have seen the emergency incidents are increasing.
Okay.
Not the fire incidents. So we are into more of prevention. You are aware that every occupancy, even your building should have fire extinguisher, you should have some firefighting system. So we ensure that every occupancy which comes within the framework of rules, they should have the fire protection system. And we ensure, we implement the rule, and we ensure continuous satisfactory working of the firefighting. Not much of fires, and awareness is there. Even my station fire officers across Goa, they conduct awareness program in shops, in marketplace, in educational institutions, in the village panchayats. So we have been spreading our basic fire safety awareness, disaster response awareness. We have been spreading across Goa.
सो एक अवेरनेस प्रोग्राम म्हाका दिसता फॉर लास्ट 10 years बरोच जाल्लो आसा कारण खुबशे अवेरनेस प्रोग्राम ऑलरेडी तुमी अवेरनेस करपा खातीर प्रत्येक इन्स्टिट्यूशनान वता, स्कुलांनी अवेरनेस जाता. हे म्हाका दिसता जतनाय घेतलेली आसा, हाज्या बद्दल कांय डावट ना सर. पूण तरी आसतना थोड्यो प्लेसीस आमच्या गोंयांत अश्यो आसतल्यो जंय एकदां फायर व्हेकल्स वचूं शकना, फायर ब्रिगेड वचूं शकना किंवा मनीस पावूं शकना. एक दिसता की बाबा ह्यो सगळ्यो सारक्यो जावपाक जाय बेगीन.
तेच खरेंच आहे. केन्ना केन्ना आमचे फार फ्लंग एरियाजान आमी सायक्लोन तोते आसतना आमचे गाडयो जे व्हडले व्हडले गाडी ते भितर सरूं शकना. सो देन एक एनालायज केलें आनी मिटींग जेन्ना ऑनरेबल CMान घेतलेलें तेन्ना सांगलें धाकटे गाडयो घेवपाचे. तेन्ना CM साहेबान आमकां डिस्ट्रिक्ट मिनरल फंड म्हणून आसा मायनिंगाचे, मायनिंग एरियाक तूं गाडी डिझायन कर आनी तसले गाडयो घे म्हणून. सो टुडे आय एम हॅपी and I want to thank Honorable CM Dr. Pramod Sawantji that under his guidance the district mineral fund जे आसा ताणी अप्रूव केला आनी the collectors आहा north and south collectors जे आसा Mr. Roy and Madam Ruchika from south, they have cleared, and today we flagged off 2 quick response vehicle for the mining areas in north, and with boats, with fiber boats with 30 horsepower engines, with lighting equipments, cutting equipments. So that will be placed in that fire station, so that it will go into the interiors in smaller vehicles.
बरोबर. म्हाका दिसता की सराच्यो गजाली जर आयकत जाल्यार आनीकूय खूब तांचे कडेन कितें कितें सांगपा सारकें आसा. फक्त म्हाजे कडेन टायमाचो मातसो कन्स्ट्रेंट आसा. बट येस, हांव फर्स्ट टायम जेन्ना सराक मेळिल्लो इन आय थिंक 2011 or 12 समथींग, आनी तेन्ना सुद्दां सराक पळयल्लें, तेन्ना सुद्दां जी हांव म्हणपाक सोदता की जादू तांचे कडेन आशिल्ली कामां करून घेवपाची आनी आपले डिपार्टमेंट सगळ्यान नंबर 1 कशें येवपाक जाय हें सदांच तांचे तकलेन आसतालें. सर, आयज लास्ट दीस तुमचो वर्किंग डे, एंड 1-2 दिसांनी रिटायर्ड तुमी जातले. तुमची मॅसेज आमच्या पूर्ण गोंयच्या लोकां खातीर फ्रॉम युअर सायड एज कितें आसतली? आय नो दीस इज इमोशनल डे सर, तरी
My message to the citizens are: be safe, be secure. We are the Fire Emergency Services are there for you. Just call us on 101 and see that we respond. We will respond, and we will save your life and property. Thank you.
अशे व्यक्ती जांच्यांनी आपली 30 वर्सांकून चड जो आपलो टायम आसा तो अशा सेवेन दिलो, ज्या सेवेन आपली चिंता मागीर करप, पयलीं दुसऱ्यांची दुसऱ्यांचो जीव वाचोवपा खातीर काम करपाक जाय अशा सर्विसेन. आनी आयज जशें सरान सुद्दां सांगलें, येस, वी बिलीव इन वी आर नंबर 1 इन एंटायर गोवा, सॉरी एंटायर इंडिया. आनी येस, आमचे फायर सर्वीस आमी पळयतात गव्हर्मेंट ऑफ गोंयची, आनी जाचे श्रेय सर जरी म्हटलें की सगळ्यां खातीर वता, पूण जाणी लीड केले हे डिपार्टमेंट तांच्या खातीर. आनी आयज जेन्ना ते रिटायर जाता तांकां मना काळजांतल्यान सर थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. थँक्यू, देव बरें करूं. आनी तुमी आयले आनी टायम दिलो. थँक्यू सर, थँक्यू. पळयत रावात प्रुडंट. देव बरें करूं.